Hey, welcome to the last day of Grow Your Business and Beyond. So well done for making it this far. We really hope that you have really benefited from it, and I know it's only been short bursts of stuff, but each thing we've given you, each training and each task attached to that has been purposely designed to help you and help encourage you to do that on a regular basis, to be doing those things on a daily basis, because it is about implementing all of these things into your daily habits with your business, because that is what's going to see you long-term success, and that is something that I'm super passionate about. So it is really, really important that you keep going back to those trainings or going back to making sure that those tasks are in place on a regular basis, and make sure you've got a continuous flow of social media buddies. Make sure that you've got personal development going on every day. You know, go back to this and keep using this 5x5 system. Make sure that you have got a system for follow-up and that you're doing something every day. Make sure that you do review a product each day. Make sure that you are regularly trying to book those parties in. Make sure you are continuously relationship building through your social media. When you're just sat scrolling anyway, watching telly, it's quite easy to do that. So it's about fitting these things in, but the more you do them, the more they're going to become habits and systems in your business that will help you see success in the long term. You might see some benefit in the short term, but if you give up on them too soon, they're just not going to happen for you. You're not going to see any success. If you keep at them, you will see the growth and the success over time, and that is ultimately what we all want for you. We all want to see you fly and succeed and get to the point that you as a person, you as a business owner want to get to. We're all different. We all want different things, but it's about making sure that this can do whatever it is that you want to do for you, okay? So I did just touch on self-development. It is really, really important. We cannot tell you enough how important self-development is. It really, really is. Now, you need to find a system that works for you. Obviously, we've put there 10 minutes a day, 5 times a week on the 5x5 system, you know, but that might not work for you. For me, if I'm going to read a book, I like to have a good hour. So I might be that I skip a couple of days, but then I do a really good hour to catch myself up. You know, it could be that you're more tuned into things like online learning. So it might be that subscribing to a particular inspiring leaders channel on YouTube is a really, really good avenue for you to go down. So there are some amazing SSDs on there, and there are so many, but just a few that I follow: Jennifer Anderson, Chloe Cox, Laura Godwin, our very own Tam Richards has a channel. You know, there are so many that we know through our UK groups, but there are also some global ones that are really, really good to follow. If you find the ones that you respond well to and subscribe to those, you'll always be able to see their training. Jennifer Aniston always puts a fire in my belly. I watch hers and I just think, right, I want this. This is where I'm going. So those people that are really going to light your fire are the people that you want to be following on there. Okay, but personal development can also be in the form of joining in on your leaders training courses. You know, so there's quite often various leaders within Team Diamond Spirit and with our wider team that do have particular courses at any given time that they might put on. So investing time in those, investing in the training that's in the units in your team group. So in my directors team group, Crystal Gems, we've got units with different trainings in that have been really useful. Some other people might have actually delivered those and put the links out there for everyone to use, so we've just signposted to those. You know, we're not about repeating and reinventing the wheel, but we can access the stuff that's already there. So make use of that, and make use of that within your teams as well, and show them where they can find it. Okay, books are incredible. There are some real, we're all different, we all like different things, we all take things in different ways, and I've read some brilliant books, and I'm gonna pop a list that I found in a group that somebody else made of amazing books that can be really helpful for you on your Scentsy journey, and I've read a good few of those, and I just think the list is brilliant. It just gives a list for people to check for new ideas for books that they perhaps haven't read yet, and they cover all different areas. You might have some that focus on recruiting, you'll have some that focus on you as a person, there are some that help with your confidence, there are going to be some that help you in so many different ways about having a business mindset, for example. You know, there are so many different things, and if you're really wanting to target a particular area, you'll be able to find certain things that meet that criteria. Okay. So one of the things we wanted you to do, if you haven't done this already, if you're not in our Crystal Gems group and you are watching this, we've done some training with the team before about having a dream board. So Natalie, my fellow director, has really inspired the team to have their dream boards, their vision boards in place, and it can look however you want it to look. It can just be a visual thing for you to look at that's going to drive you forward. So all of the things that you want to achieve in life, big or small, okay? So it can be that you want to reach SSD. It can be a dream holiday. It can be paying your mortgage off. It can be clearing debts. It can be buying a new car. It can be, as one of Natalie's was, to have a new floor, which she's now achieved. So it's about having that vision and that thing pinned up. Mine's just up here. It's got pay off the mortgage, be debt free, take my kids to Disney, a new car, a future paycheck, SSD, and it's got a picture of Bermuda on there. Our incentive trip this year, which I earned, was to Bermuda, but with the pandemic it got cancelled, which was devastating. I mean, Scentsy were great in what they did for us instead, but I fell so in love with the idea of going to the place. That's now on my dream board. So having those things that you can really visualise and focus on that are going to drive you and become your why. Why are you doing this? Why is it that you want to do this? What do you want to achieve for your family? But doing it with your family is a really big deal as well. So if you've got children, and this is something that Natalie has said, so I'm quoting Natalie, that obviously she did hers with her children. She's got 3 children, and doing that with them, particularly through lockdown when she was trying to manage, we're all trying to manage schoolwork, we're all trying to manage our workload and do our work and continue with our businesses. You know, if the children sort of moan about, oh, you're really busy, mummy, when are you going to have time for us? You know, she was able to sort of say, well, actually, like, we've just done this together, so now I'm just going to take this pocket time and do this, because we want to achieve all those things up there, don't we? So I need to be able to put a bit of time in to do that. Or I've just helped you with your schoolwork, now I just need an hour to do this, so that we can try and achieve all those things on our dream board. So it helps the children to see the reason why you're working and support you a little bit more with it. I mean, my girls are great, they love doing it anyway, but I do get the odd comment about, oh, you're always busy working, you this, that, and I'm not always busy working, but obviously I'm aware of how they see it sometimes. Now they're back at school, it's a lot easier because I can fit a lot more into the day when we're out of the house. But obviously there was a time in the lockdown where we were trying to just juggle everything, because it was difficult for everybody who was trying to juggle all these balls in the air. It was what we needed to do, and we were so lucky to have more time with the children, so we did have that balance. But it does help them to see, if they're part of it, they understand why you're working so hard and why you're wanting to achieve, so that you can give them all of these opportunities. So if you haven't done a dream board, I definitely recommend doing one. If you have got one, go back and revisit it. My future paycheck's on there as well, my dream paycheck's on that board. Put that on there. We did, you can find one easily. When we originally ran this course, we had like a little, just a printout of a check, a Scentsy paycheck. If I can load it into the files, I will, but it's just a check that you just printed, we printed out and put our figure on, our future figure that we would love to achieve on a monthly basis. That will drive you forward. It's got to be a little bit stretching to make you work for it, but it's got to be what's going to make a difference to you, and that will change. So you might achieve that and put a new one on there, and that's fine. What Natalie does with hers, which is a really good idea, so we've both got the same board, so it's kind of like a frame, but then it's got strings, like little pegs with strings right round, so it's kind of like crisscrossy. So I've pegged bits on. But what Natalie's doing is she's got all her dreams on one side, and as she achieves them, she still wants to see that she's achieved them, so she just moves them over to the other side, so she can look at what she's got to come and all the stuff she's achieved, which is really rewarding. So that's a really lovely way to do it as well. So go and have a look at those. It doesn't have to be on a frame, it can be a printout of a piece of paper on the computer, it can be a handwritten list, cut pictures out, stick them on, whatever it is, just have it in front of you to drive you. Something else you could think about as well is having an accountability partner. So accountability partners are really good at helping keep you focused. So you need to find somebody that's got kind of similar values to you, similar goals, similar dreams, perhaps at a similar level. It might not be a similar level, or it might be that somebody's completely different, but that works for you. Having somebody that you can be accountable with, and you can spur each other on, kick each other up the bum if they need at any given time. You know, somebody that you can turn to, bounce ideas off, you know, that kind of thing. Having somebody that you can be accountable with to really help drive your business forward. So I think that's it really for the roundup. So we'd love you to go and do your dream board as the last task, and write out your future paycheck and check and stick it on there. And that's it, that's the end. So if you've done everything, well done. Please keep doing it. Please do them on a daily basis. Please put them into your habits and make them systems. Habits become systems, and systems will drive your business and your success forward. Okay, so please, please, please keep using all of those. We've covered so much in this course. We're very aware that it's just a snapshot once a day, but obviously moving forward, we want you to use it and really implement it into your business. And I promise you, you will see the difference. Okay, we've ran this course for our team once and we've had some brilliant feedback, so we hope that everybody else kind of, well, most of you will get as much out of it as they have. We've really enjoyed doing it, and yeah, thank you so much for following it. Take care and good luck.